person who called the 911 from this aircraft with the last four digits 0403, please present yourself to the very forward of the aircraft. Thank you for your cooperation.
The flights from Brussels and Rome were diverted on the 31st of July amid bad weather in Montreal and Toronto. Passengers were stranded for between 5 and 6 hours without adequate air conditioning, food or water. Travelers on one flight eventually rang emergency services. The two international flights were among 20 diverted to Ottawa from Montreal and Toronto. Air Transat said that numerous factors beyond its control, including long waits for fuel, had resulted in its inability to reduce the delay and allow passengers to disembark safely. Flight staff said food and water were running low but that refreshments were available and temperatures seemed acceptable. But travelers who gave statements or testified before the inquiry painted a very different picture, with some describing a growing frustration and panic fueled by poor communication from airline staff. More than one passenger testified during the public hearings that they felt they were seen simply as luggage. In a statement to the panel, passengers Alan and Patricia Abraham, of Flight 507 from Rome, said they were initially told the delay in Ottawa would be just 45 minutes to refuel. The plane ended up held for 5 hours. The couple said they were stranded in the stuffy plane, were given a small meal and only once offered a small glass of water. The bathroom had run out of toilet paper. One young boy became nauseous and was trying to make his way to the bathroom when he vomited in the island all over several passengers 2 rows behind us, they said. The stench was unbearable. Pilot Yves Dilaron testified before the CTA panel that the tarmac delay seemed like the lesser evil compared to the logistics of getting passengers off the aircraft and sending them through customs, and then arranging transport and accommodation for them. He said he was consistently told the plane would be refueled in short order. If we had known that the delay would be longer than 3 hours, the decisions would have been very different, Mr. Estilaron said, adding that the air conditioning stopped working only for a minute or two. People on board Flight 157 from Brussels to Montreal were experiencing similar conditions to Flight 507. They ended up stranded for 6 hours. At one point passengers chanted "Open the door, open the door" to cabin crew. The cabin temperature reached more than 31 C, 87 F. Pilot Dennis Lucia also said he was told his plane would be quickly refueled. He added that his flight was short on fuel when it landed and that the air conditioning was cut off when the power shut off. Passengers eventually rang 911 to complain of the heat and inability to disembark, and emergency responders came to their assistance and handed out water. Several of the passengers shared their ordeal on social media while inside the planes. Airline CEO Jean-François Lim said on Thursday that something did not work well, obviously on the 31st of July. "I am not saying there is a fault or blame, but there is a collective responsibility that has to be observed in these events,"